What's up, you guys? My name is Noah Frias. We're talking about the NFL. This is the sit down. Alright, so I know I haven't posted a video up in a while, and the reason why is because I have been waiting on this beautiful camera to come in. I don't have Amazon Prime, so it took about a week for it to get here, and that sucks. But nevertheless, I know there's a lot of stuff that's been going on. I know this week specifically, though, stuff's been kind of bland, hasn't been that much in the news. But I know there's something that is a hot button topic issue right now, and that is the whole NFL issue. And the reason why I want to speak on it is because as of yesterday, the Philadelphia Eagles are no longer going to be attending the White House ceremony. Their invitation has been rescinded via Twitter by President Donald Trump. And the reason why he claims this is because of the recent NFL policy in regards to sitting during the national anthem. And on top of the fact that the Eagles, majority of the players aren't going to go. Now, if you don't know, recently, about like 2 or 3 weeks ago, the NFL released this brand new policy that was agreed upon and created by all the different owners of the various teams. And what they agreed was, if you are on the field and you decide to kneel during the national anthem, your team, that means the organization, will be penalized. Not you, but the organization. And then the organization has the sole authority to decide on an individual basis. So that means every individual team can have their own policy in regards to how they want to deal with a player kneeling during the national anthem. However, if a player decides that they don't want to stand for the national anthem, they do have the right to go to the locker room during the national anthem. And this policy and the recent news about the Philadelphia Eagles players not attending the White House ceremony, by that I mean the majority of the team saying we're not going to go, pissed off Donald Trump, and he went on Twitter and said this. So, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because of how this issue has been dealt with for the past 2 to 3 years. And the way conservatives have really looked at it, the way conservatives have deconstructed it, and the way that they've reacted to it. The reality is this. You don't have to agree with what people are protesting against to agree with free speech. If somebody's using their free speech to protest or denounce something, you don't necessarily have to agree with it, but you have to agree with free speech. And this is what's fundamentally wrong with the conservatives and the right. Because the reality is, I don't know for how long I have heard conservatives say we are losing our right to free speech. This is a battle of free speech. And there are political pundits ranging from Ben Shapiro, Stephen Crowder, all these different names saying, we are having our free speech undermined. Okay, fine. And they're saying it's happening on social media, with Facebook. Recently, Senator Cruz literally destroyed Mark Zuckerberg on this. And it's going on Twitter. It's going on colleges and universities. They're being censored. They're not being allowed to speak. People are protesting at their speaking engagements, at their rallies. So, I always understood that. I always sympathized with it. And I said, okay, that's wrong. You should be allowed to speak. But here's the thing. What is the difference between what they're claiming and what Black Lives Matter and all these individuals are claiming when Colin Kaepernick was being demonized, when this new policy is coming out? Because their argument is these private institutions are fundamentally undermining these individuals' constitutional rights. They're not allowing for free speech to exist. These media giants and these private universities and colleges, even state colleges and universities, are undermining free speech. Fine, I agree, they are. So what the hell is the NFL doing? Kneeling during the national anthem is a form of civil disobedience. It's free speech. They're enacting their free speech. Regardless of whether you agree with what Colin Kaepernick was fighting for, or any other NFL player who decides to kneel during the national anthem is fighting for, you have to agree with that fact. It is their fundamental right to do that. That is what those soldiers died for, was for them to be able to do that. And this is why people don't sympathize with the right. This is why people don't really go along with what conservatives are saying when it comes to free speech, because the reality is you're complete hypocrites. You cannot stay silent on this issue and then want us to stand by you when Twitter decides to block your page because you're putting out conservative commentary and conservative content. The reality is you have to stay steadfast in what you say. You have to remain strong. You have to say, regardless of whether they're fighting for liberal ideals or conservative ideals, the reality is the fact that they're using civil disobedience and free speech to do this, it should be protected and preserved. But that's not what we're doing here. We're not trying to preserve that. And that is my biggest frustration with this. And the fact that the president is then making these comments about this policy and saying it should have been even worse and they should have punished them even harder for enacting their free speech is unbelievable. And it doesn't allow you to get supporters and doesn't allow for people to sympathize with you. And it further undermines free speech. And I think that's the biggest thing that's really being ignored here is free speech. There is this grave hypocrisy when it comes to free speech. And this hypocrisy lies in the fact that individuals only believe in free speech when what you're speaking about aligns with their ideological beliefs. And that is the state that America's in, where I only defend free speech and anything that has to do with free speech when whatever's being spoken about is what I am in agreement with. So that's my take on it. Am I mad that the Philadelphia Eagles aren't going to the White House? I don't give a damn. Am I mad that Donald Trump rescinded his invitation? Kinda, yeah. Am I mad that he attacked the NFL policy and said it should have been worse? Hell yeah. Am I mad about the NFL policy? Yes, I'm very furious about it. And it's because of the simple fact that free speech deserves to live and thrive in this country. So again, my name's Noah Friz. I promise you guys way more commentary, way more stuff. Today's a really slow week, so you're gonna get slow commentary. But I'm telling you, Donald Trump is bound to do something. So it's gonna pick up. Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe and like button. Tell your friends about this page. I really love the support we've gotten. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.